Hey everyone, Kwan-yee with Me. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are okay. So, introductions. I said I was going to drag Nick into my videos, and here he is. Hi,
Poor
Nick.
sods.
Hi Nick. So this is my partner Nick, and we're just going to basically start recording our conversations. So, here it is. Yeah.
You feel under pressure now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit odd having two people on camera.
So, conversation was having a little while ago.
Yeah. We started talking about what we want in life.
Mm-hmm.
What we want in life, and for me, it's at the minute I want to be able to get some like passive income.
So the question was how?
Yeah. So you asked me how. And I don't really know. I'm hoping at some point that Me clothing will. But honestly, I don't know.
See, without nagging, this is what I was saying earlier. For me, everything's connected. So, if I explain it in this way for myself, and it's this. What I want out of life, I want to be in a position where I've got enough finances again.
Yes.
Now, the frustration is, and this is where it starts for me, because the frustration is, the same question as 99% of us have got, which is, how is that done? How do you go about that? The fear of doing that, the fear of putting yourself out there and doing it. And I think, I wonder, when I was younger, I think a lot of that was, it was fear of how I would be seen to others, which I couldn't give a shit about now. Mine is now more how I see me.
I think that's harder, right? That's harder to... I imagine that's harder to overcome than...
I don't know. It's even having the balls to say, I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
That's the first step. Is I don't know where to start. And am I frustrated? Am I banging my head against the wall? Do I cry about it? Yeah, I do. Because I have no idea where to start with it. And if I knew how to start with it, then it's, okay, will I now take that leap and go and do that? Or does that next bit come in to play of, okay, now if I don't succeed at that, will I? But it goes back to that old analogy, and it always reminds me of that. Anything like this reminds me of that. There's so many people that are prepared to put you down when you're trying.
Yeah.
Right? And yet it's a really stupid analogy. Everybody knows the analogy. And it's the same old analogy with a kid. We've all got youngers in our family. So if you've got a real infant in your family and you see them start to walk, every one of us adults, the minute they take one step, we clap the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Well done, well done. Now when it falls down on its backside, we don't go, oh, you're rubbish. Just forget it, don't bother trying.
Seems stupid, doesn't
nobody
it?
does that. And yet when we get older and we're trying to do these things and people fail, if that's the right word, then there's too many people going, told you.
Yeah.
But mainly now, because I realise that's why I love that saying, that individually, I think human beings individually are beautiful, stunning creatures. As a collective, we're absolute arses. We're idiots. As a collective.
It always reminds me of another analogy that you always say, is it crab in a barrel?
Yeah, the crab's in a barrel.
Is that just an analogy? Is that a saying? What is that?
No, it's an analogy, but it's a true one, which is when fishermen go out fishing for crabs, what they do is they can put them in it's like a bucket. Again, it's another analogy that everybody knows. They put them in a bucket and it's shaped like so, like a cone. And there's a lid on it with a hole in the top. And they have that there, and once they've put one in, fine, they leave that lid on. The moment they've got a second one, they can discard the lid, even to the point that it's full up and it's overflowing. Not one of them will escape. Because the moment that one goes to get out, instinctively another one will drag it back.
Yeah.
Which is why it's kind of connected, if you like, to us, to people, because there's a fear of that. And it's an intricate fear. Because the reality is, if tomorrow you become a millionaire, yes, I want to be a kept man. But apart from that, I'd be scared of that. Who's all these other beautiful people that you're going to meet in your life that are better than I?
Really?
Absolutely. And I think that's a real genuine fear that a lot of people will have. That's why people are comfortable in their own circle. The moment somebody steps out, others are scared. They don't want you leaving. Which is why, with friends that I know that have done really well, successfully, they've lost so many friends.
Mm.
And it's a shame. Be happy for them.
Yeah.
Just be bloody happy for them. And not, I don't know, resentful, scared, fear. Because there's a fear of, I've now lost that person out of my circle. So my circle's now changed. It's got somewhat smaller.
Yeah.
There's a difference now. And people are scared of change.
I think also, like, because I've been thinking that I like to stay in groups that I'm comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a certain type of person, a bit more introverted than extrovert, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
A bit more antisocial than social. And I like to stay in sort of groups of friends where I've got that one-on-one interaction, or a small group of people. And like, I get that there's one side of it where there's crab in a barrel, where people are like pulling you back because they don't want you to leave.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I'm wondering how much I'm putting myself back in that barrel because it's comfortable. You know, better the devil you know and all that stuff. Because, like, you always want someone, I mean, we speak about wanting, like, say friends or whatever, to tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. To be such a great friend that they're not just going to tell you look pretty. That's a stupid analogy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like not going to tell you, oh, that's a great idea. You know, for when we're talking about like entrepreneurship or whatever. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a great idea, and everything's a great idea, and everything that's coming out of you is a great idea. I wonder how much of myself I'm like wanting that reaction that I don't know.
No, I get that.
I don't know if I'm explaining it.
No, you are, but the other bit with that for me is not everyone's an entrepreneur. So maybe because the way that I earned my money before was through therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah? Through public speaking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I'm not built as an entrepreneur. I can't do. That's not me.
Yeah.
I haven't got that in me, and it's just having the realization or just owning up to that actually that's real. It's not in me. That's why I said to you that if I got in a position where I have money again, I would make investments in people that I know that are running companies.
Yeah.
And I would say, can I invest in that? Because they are entrepreneurs. They can do that. It's not me.
Yeah.
And it's just being honest enough to say that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think similar actually, because I don't think I'm an entrepreneur. I think I have like...
I can't spell it, let alone be one.
I think I have like a mindset of one, but I can't put it into action. That is so frustrating.
Yeah.
So frustrating, because I keep saying in these videos that I know what you need. You need gratitude, you need discipline.
Yeah. And
all the talks that we listen to, you know, we kind of know the theory behind it. And I definitely know, you know, there's a certain mindset. Should be getting up at 5 a.m, practicing gratitude, meditating. It's a common thing. And then the grind, like the hard work.
That's
the people, I think the people that are really successful, they enjoy the hard work.
Which makes it not hard work.
Which makes it not hard work.
Because I love it. I remember speaking to, the only way I can kind of put that across for me is, I remember speaking to an artist. She was a fantastic artist, brilliant. And we was in a car, we was driving, and she looked at the sky. And I said to her, wow, look at the colour change. And I remember saying, just having a look at the colours that have changed in the sky. She said completely different. Completely different to what I did. I just saw these two colours. You know, there was like a deep red, which you see when the sun is setting. And you see this blue. She saw these greens, these oranges, these reds, these pinks. And I was just like, what the f... And it took me about half an hour to get what she was saying. Right. But she naturally sees it like that. She's an artist. I can't draw for shit. It's just in her. It's just something for her to do. She's just good at that. It's just how she sees the world. It's just very different. And I think this bit about being an entrepreneur, things like that, I think it's, I don't know, maybe it's just something you have. Maybe it's, I think you can develop it. I think you can grow into that 100%. Yeah. But yeah, people, for me, you either are it, and you can do that, and it's a natural thing. Without blowing my own trumpet, that bit to do with theory, when it comes to humanism. Yeah. It's not something that I'm scared of saying it because it sounds so fucking arrogant. I don't need to study that.
No, you don't.
I have, and I know it, and it's me.
Yeah.
Now, if you give me psychodynamic or psychoanalytic or CBT or REB, yes, I have to study that stuff. Mm-hmm. I just get it. And I think it's the same for an artist or a musician or... Yeah. It's my wondering. I just wonder that.
I think there can be a natural knack for it, but I think you can also train yourself to do the things that you don't like. The whole discipline thing. I think the hardest part is that you have to train yourself to do stuff that you don't like on a daily basis, and for that to become the norm. And I think we are, as humans, are so impatient to wait for it to become the norm.
But, which is why I said everything's linked, because it goes back to that for me. Which is, one is, though that hard work becomes something you enjoy. You love Gary Vee. Yeah. All he talks about is that now he does multi-million-pound deals. Yeah. And yet he gets no bigger buzz than going to a garage sale. Yeah. Buying something for £1 or $1 and selling it for $20. Yeah. You see the rush that guy gets off of that. It's unbelievable. Yeah. And he's just come from signing a 25 million or whatever it is pound deal. Yeah. You know, so he just loves that game. He loves it. Mm. And that's the thing. I mean, for me, I could sum it up all in that, which is, this is just a game. From the minute you're born until you croak, this is a game. How are you playing your game? Mm. If you're playing, if your sister watches this, I don't want her to beat me up, but if you're playing Monopoly and you're doing shit in that game, you've got to change your tactic.
Yeah. This is what I find hard about that. Okay, you change your tactic. How do you know which tactic is genuinely you? Not you. Okay. Like, if what I said before, like if you practice discipline and you do the things that you don't like, say you think something isn't you, but you're trying to change tactic, like, doesn't that go against, like, say, your morals or I don't know what, but it already, every part of it sounds hard.
See, now, this is where, again, because I earn my money from talking and doing a therapy thing, I've never gone into a business where I'm selling anything. Yeah. Now, when I was in Spain, and I spoke to those 3 businessmen, the most interesting comment come back to me, which is, if you can make millions and keep your morals and ethical code, you've got the secret that none of us have got. Okay. So they're saying they've had to go against their morals. They've had to go against their ethics. They've had to do stuff that's uncomfortable for them to make that. I'm not saying that's the same for everyone, because I've never been in that situation. I'm just saying that I was told that by 3 different individuals that are making a lot of money out there. Yeah. And this is what they said to me. So, and all 3 of them said the same thing. Because we were sitting down as a group, and they basically said, if you can find that, you found it. You found the secret that none of us have got. And they laughed and said, we've all done stuff that we're uncomfortable with, don't like. Which goes back to, not being funny, again, you remember when I said that you can connect everything? The social experiment that I wanted to do.
Which one?
That I couldn't get enough people involved in.
The genuineness and talking openly, yes. Yeah.
That, for me, will teach you about who you are. Yeah. Fully.
So just to give some context, because they don't know.
Oh, so to give some context, sorry, yeah. To give some context to that, I tried to arrange a social experiment where everybody knew what was going on with it. And the social experiment was going to be this. It was going to be about, I wanted an odd number of people deliberately. I wanted around 11 people in the room. Food set out, no alcohol, just drink. And the aim of the experiment was whatever is on your mind, you say. No filter. No softening the blow, no just cushioning what you want to say. Just say it. And then the automatic response from that person needs to be the same. And just go with that. I wanted to do that for about an hour to see where that went. But unfortunately, I asked quite a few therapists, quite a few people, and I think I had 3 or 4 that said they would get involved.
If that.
The rest were petrified to do it, and I understand that.
Political correctness gone crazy, I think.
Well, for me, it's just a point of, in that room, it's just say whatever comes to your mind, whatever's on your mind, say it. You know, almost no thought police, just say what's on your mind. And it can be scary. But for me, the people that were scared of doing that, what's going on for you? What is that about that you're scared of saying that? Because I remember somebody said to me, what if somebody said, fucking hell, Kwan-yee, I want to get hold of you. Okay, well, if that's what's on their mind, if that's what's on their mind, say it. I might not like your response, but just say it. Do you know what I mean? But just, the reality is just say it. And no, but it's petrifying, and I think for me that will give people an idea of who they are without filter. And it's only a snapshot, it's only a tiny snapshot of that.
And are you saying that's how to sort of know what you want to do?
I'm saying that gets, again, Gary, and I'm mentioning him again, but Gary Vee says about it, Carl Jung talks about it a lot, Dr. Dyer, he says it a lot. And that is, anything you're going to do, the first thing you need to do is get to know who you are.
Yes. And
get to know self. You can't do it 100%, but get to know yourself as much as you can. And from there you can find out, okay, where do I want to navigate? Where do I want to go? And we don't know whether that left turn or the right turn is the right way. You don't know until you're down there.
Yeah. But
then you U-turn it. If you know it's wrong and it doesn't feel correct, then you turn around, you come back.
This is what I hate, right? Is that I'm banging on about self-awareness, and this is the point of the IBM videos, and you explain it so much better. I don't
think, no, but I honestly think everybody, what I'm saying now, I believe everybody knows, and there's a block there because of fear.
Really? I think everyone knows it, as in when someone else says it. When someone else, such as yourself, such as Gary Vee, such as everybody else that I listen to, say it in a particular way that completely makes sense to whoever's listening. I think that's a skill. Definitely a skill set that I don't have. You know, like what you were talking about playing you didn't mention playing the piano, but no. It reminded me when you was talking earlier about Good Will Hunting. The actor guy that was really intelligent, and he explained it like it's just like playing the piano. I think you have that in your speech. But
and again, the only reason being, and I can hear myself kind of putting myself down now, but the only reason why I explain it in a way that I think and I hope people get is because I'm trying to be genuine. Now, if I'm genuine and person B over there is genuine, we don't need to know each other. We don't need to know each other, but I can guarantee there'll be a connection. If they're being real and I'm being real, there's a connection there. We can relate. And that's all it is. So am I petrified about putting that out there and saying, you know, in some areas I feel like a failure, and that word I don't like, but do I feel like that? You know how I feel about that kind of stuff. And I just think if that person over there is being genuine and I'm being genuine, now we've got a connection. And that, if we all do that, we're all millionaires. And I'm talking about financially, we're all millionaires, because I can pick something that will relate to 100,000 other people.
Yes.
And I can sell them that product with my integrity. They could do the same, and I'll buy that because I know that there's going to be integrity within that. But it's about being genuine, about being real. But it's fear, because we're driving around in our BMWs and our Mercedes. We're now scared, so we're just going, no, we've got to toe the line. We've got to toe the line with, I've got to stay in my 9 to 5, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and I've got to pay the bills. I get that. And there's a frustration within that.
Because I think I'm kind of at that stage now, but it's a bit different because I'm on about, we talk about people that are in that situation. They genuinely don't want to be there and they're scared to chase their dream. I don't really have a dream as such, apart from what I said earlier, which is the passive income. And B, I don't hate my job like most people do. I'm really content with my job. I just want a bit passive income on top and help people with these videos and stuff.
So here's me being 100% real, from my perspective, because I hear that and I know that from you. I'm petrified of not chasing my dream. The problem is I don't know what my fucking dream is.
Shit. See, the problem, so you don't know what your dream is.
No.
That's a problem that people can have. B, when you have it, when you know what it is, from the fear of doing it, overcoming that, the fear of other people's opinions.
Yeah, which now, I've got to be honest, maybe it's an age thing, I don't know.
No.
I'm not.
No, I'm not. I'm not, but a lot of people are at that stage. But then when you pass that stage, it's fear of self, an opinion of self.
Yeah, I mean, that is a whole different thing. But I mean, it's interesting, when I speak to, say, for example, Winston, you know that's the guy that I go to for mine. I don't see it as stages. When I hear stage, I hear it as in, they're like, you go to the next stage, and you go to the next stage, and you go to the next stage. I don't see it like that.
Yeah.
I almost see all of us almost on a giant sphere, like a plate, just a flat plate. Now I'm in this space at the moment. That person's over there. It doesn't mean that I'm in a better position or a higher level than them. But the reality is, I think there's a lot of people that will say they want to chase their dream, but do they really know what their dream is? And that's the thing for me. That's a huge step. If you can find out exactly what it is, for me, that's a big part of that journey done. If you can be real and zoned in, I want to have a trainer company, I want to have a clothing company, I want to have a music career, I want to do this, I want to do that. It's great, all of these things are fantastic, and more power to it. But what do you really, really want? And if that's what you genuinely want, and you know that 100%, don't know if that is possible, but if you know that 100%, I mean, you're a long way down that journey, just from having that bit of information. Yeah. And that's the important part, I think, is knowing what it is.
Again, and that all goes back to self-awareness. And you keep like you said, it's not linear. Like, you'll keep going back to bits of self-awareness, and then fear factors and fear of self and fear of other people's opinions. And then, like, for me, I'm saying that I really enjoy my job in that. I want a passive income. I don't know how to go about it, basically. So the next stage is kind of like, how? And I'm definitely stuck here.
Yeah.
No idea how.
Right. Cool.
No idea.
So, and that's my point. That seems like so obvious that if you don't know what that part is, you don't know what that is. Okay. So now here's where the hard work starts. So now here's where you do your research for you. What do I want? What would I be comfortable with? What keeps me integral? What doesn't go against my morals? What doesn't go against my ethics? All of these things, once you've kind of put all that on the table, and then you say, okay, where can I go? What do I want to do? But also within that, it's got to be something, like V says, it's got to be something that you're happy chasing. You're happy doing that grind, because it is a grind. When I was doing the therapy and doing the public talks, when I got up in the morning, I knew I had 2 public talks in a day. And I had one at this place and one at that place. And it was a rush. But, man, I got a buzzing. I couldn't wait to get out there and do that. Just to be part way through that talk and see, okay, this bit isn't working. I now need to tweak this and go over here with this conversation. And then see the buzz from that. And say, right, cool, nice one, cheers. And then rush over to the other one. It's a buzz. For a lot of people, that's hard work. It's not. There's nothing hard work about that at all. So it's finding what that is. So just in that space that you're in now, here's where the work starts.
Yeah.
But you've already got to enjoy doing this work.
Yeah.
Enjoy finding that. whatever that is. And then once you found it, I mean, you're a long way down that line.
Just never ends, is it?
No.
Never ever ends.
And so it shouldn't. So it shouldn't. That's the beauty of it.
I don't know about beauty. Sometimes I get tired.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. But then isn't that an indicator that you're not on the path you need to be on? I'm not saying it is. I'm saying could it be?
I don't know. Because we can't say that all successful people chasing their dreams aren't tired. Surely.
No. It's a different kind of tired, though. The only thing, like I said, the couple of people that I'm around at the moment that are doing well financially and doing well in business, they don't appear to be. They're never tired enough beyond the excitement, if you like. They're more excited. So it's kind of, I'm tired. Now, if I said to you, right, so me and you are physically shattered. Right now, you've got to walk 100 miles. But I guarantee you when you're there, there's a couple of £1 million for you. I wonder how tired we're going to be.
We'll be walking, won't we?
We'll be walking. Flip-flops or not, we'll be walking. We'll get there. And it's because we know we've got to go, and we know what's at the end of that. And we know what we're chasing. So no matter how tired you are, quick tea break, quick, come, let's go. You'll be excited to do it. Seriously. So yeah, for me, I'm more scared of not chasing the dream, but I have no idea what it is, and that's quite scary. So I can explain it how I've explained it to you, obviously, and that works for me, and I've got to put that work in. But then it goes back to the quote about my deepest fear.
Yes.
You know, does that come into play? And if it does, be honest about it. This is, for me, when you started this I Be Me, the reason why I like it is because this is about being honest. The thing I find, and I find it quite funny, and how honest are people prepared to be, really prepared to be? Because me and you have had some conversations that I would never have on here. I'd never have them on here. Because they're our conversations.
Yeah.
My bucket list. We won't go into parts of my bucket list on here. Right? But that's honest for me.
Yeah. 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 I think these conversations are the way to go, though. I do think this is the next step. I've just dragged you in.
You have, but and the thing, I suppose, it's a fear. So here's me being genuine, and I'll share this, because this is not live, right?
No.
All right, so if you want to check this out. But my honest opinion is this. There's a part of me now fearful that I would come across as if I know what I'm talking about. These are my ideas. This is how I see things. It doesn't make it right for everyone, and I would never claim that. The other thing is so first of all, is there a fear about that? Of course there is. There is a little fear about it. Not massively, because I know that within myself, I don't pretend to know.
Yeah.
My favourite quote, right? I know enough to know. I know nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying on this.
Yeah.
But the one thing I do know is if I'm as genuine as I can be and another human being is as genuine as they can be, there'll be a connection. I know there will be.
See, I'm not as confident as that. Like, I'm doing these videos, but I'm not 100% sure. I feel like I'm shooting in the dark. Like, whereas you've got that confidence that as long as you're genuine, it will connect. I don't know if I'm connecting with the audience, and that could be the lack of self-confidence. I don't know. It
could be, but also because, again, it goes back to people being honest. I know this is a slightly different thing, and it's really like, I'm explaining it in a really crap way. What I mean by that is if I'm saying that I'm being genuine and another human being is being genuine, there'll be a connection. I know that I can tell you what's going to happen to you if you put your hand in a fire, right? It's going to hurt, it's going to burn. Don't do it. Okay, because you're a human being and you've got these feelings, it's going to hurt. Okay, what I mean is it's that on steroids. It's that with emotions. It's that with honesty. It's that with truth. I know that when somebody is abandoned, I can't tell them exactly how it's going to feel for them, of course not. But I know it'll be in a range of emotions of fucking painful, it hurts, feel let down, feel sad, grief, etc. It's going to be wrapped up in that. If it's an arsehole that's abandoned, then there might be, hey, thanks for that. It may be, you know. But it's going to be one end of the spectrum or the other.
Yeah.
And that's the point. And I would never dictate to that person how they should feel.
Yeah.
That's it. So am I confident that we will connect with anybody that watches this conversation now?
Yeah.
That little bit that I've said, they will agree with. I'm that confident. Yeah, they will agree with. That I know that if I'm genuine and anybody who watches this is genuine, we will have a connection. It may not be the best connection. They might think, arsehole. Cool, I can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
But they'll know that I'm not being a bullshitter. And that's important. I think that's massively important.
Yeah.
Just to be genuine. Like right now, I've noticed it a couple of times because when I do my own videos, I am blind.
Yes.
During this, I swore a couple of times, but I'm trying to be so self-conscious.
What?
No, because I don't want to, because it's not mine.
What do you mean it's not yours? It's ours.
But you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's that fear of, I suppose it's boring, but it's a fear of offending, which you know I have no problem offending people. I don't mean to. It would never be my intention.
Yeah.
But if I said something that offended them, it's not my issue. It's not my intention to do that. What do you think of, genuinely, what do you think about how this is going?
I think this is, it's got, I feel it's got a bit more substance than the genuine day-to-day videos. I think they also have a different set of substance, but you know, I can't have these conversations on camera, like on my day-to-day videos, which will bring something different. And both are true. Like what I really try not to do is put on any makeup and do all the fakeness and like pretend everything's brilliant. But you know, I'm a normal girl, you know, with a normal life, average, go to work 9 to 5. There's nothing like all the time that's going to be spectacular in my videos, you know. So I do worry that, you know, every day it's going to get a bit more boring and etc. etc. So yeah, I think this one has it.
And that's why I think that's why we were saying earlier on that when it comes to these videos, I just think you could say, yeah, for me, I could sit on a video and say this is how I'm feeling today. But for me, it's that relatable part. And it's just connecting in with other people. And it's, like you know already, the little videos that I'm doing, that's just, if I'm honest with you, because there's bits that I get frustrated about, so I say them. And there's other bits that I think, if that could genuinely help one person, and I know it sounds really crappy to say that, but James, who we're going to dinner with, yeah, he was saying, I don't want to help one person, I want to help 1 million. Yeah. Now that's his aim, and I love that. It's fantastic. Yeah. And again, I'm not going to knock that. I'm not that confident. Yeah. Yeah. I'm confident enough that if I say something, it might touch somebody that I know, because there's that concept that isn't there, that every third person is connected.
So it's 6. So 3, probably.
No, it may be 6. I may have the number, but so if I've got, say, 100 people watching that, if somebody watches that and thinks, I know my brother or my sister or someone, he's saying what Nick's saying, or he's saying what Kwan-yee's saying, then just the fact that because the whole system's set up almost as if you're on your own. Yeah. And we're not. Yeah, and that's why I think the videos that are doing okay or well for me is the ones where I'm showing my emotion, you know, my angry days or my crying days or whatever, just to show what everyday life is like. Because I don't think people show it when they've made it, and with hindsight. Yeah. And I think what
another thing what I'm trying to do here is to show the journey of
making.
Yeah, of making it.
Yeah. See, and that's not, I didn't realise in that way.
But this is the thing, these conversations bring it out.
But
Because I sometimes don't even realise until I say it.
Right, okay.
Until we have these conversations and it comes out.
Yeah, I didn't realise it.
Yeah, I want to show the day-to-day stuff, not the I've made it, but everyone wants to listen to the person that's made it because it's proof that they've made it.
Yeah,
obviously.
It's inspirational, isn't it?
Obviously, but I want to, for the people that are, I don't know, are just having a bad time, or are maybe in similar stages where they've sometimes are at a point where they've overcome their fear. They want to chase it. Now what? And just having these conversations hopefully spark something.
Seems, yes, it's just, that's genuinely interesting. I didn't realise it. I didn't realise that was for.
I think I'm going to wrap it up now. I think we're at a good time to wrap it up. So this is like the first conversation with me and Nick. These are the conversations that we get into all the time on holiday in Ischia.
It's a lovely place, though, isn't it?
It is really nice.
Have you shown them?
Yeah, I have. In a different video, I've shown you. This is the view from our terrace at the place that we're staying. But yeah, just to give you guys an introduction to me and Nick and our conversations, and hopefully there'll be more if you'll be into it. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon.